Hey guys, Mike here with another episode of Firearms with Mike, and this is the back-to-school match at Woburn Sportsmen Association this past weekend. My channel, I had the raw footage up already, so here is my commentary, AAR, my self-reflections, whatever you want to call it. So here we are, stage 3. We started off pretty strong, 28 seconds even, only a couple points down on this. I hit a non-threat, which I think was the biggest thing that screwed me on this one. Also, I realized I'm not very used to shooting on one knee with my handgun, and you can see the reload kind of screwed me up a little bit. But in terms of accuracy and speed, I felt like I was off to a really good start here, which is quite unusual for me. If you've seen my other videos, I'm usually saying the opposite. Like, man, I really sucked on those first 4 stages, but those last 2 I did really awesomely on. But this day, for whatever reason, it's the complete opposite. Here's another one, 28.48 raw, 32 seconds final, only 9 points down, so already second match in, I'm 11 points down for the day. This stage is Mozambique drill, but it is limited 18 rounds, so you are not allowed to take any makeup shots on this. Also, if you were shooting a 10-round magazine, like if you were shooting SSP or ESP, whatever, you had to perform a tactical reload before engaging the second string. Because I was at 8+1 for division capacity, I was able to do a slide lock reload, so that helped me in comparison with the other competitors, which I'll take every advantage I can get. This stage, I think I just ran it way too fast. 19 points down, primarily on these first 3 targets here, where we're engaging on the move. All my shots on these stationary targets were very nice. This is what slowed me down a little bit right here. I had my first malfunction, had to clear that, but didn't really affect my accuracy on that set. Down here I have another little hiccup for some reason. It seemed like I had pulled the trigger, the round didn't go off when I had wanted it to go, but then it was fine. Then I wasn't expecting the reload, so that slowed me down a little bit. But other than that, I think my biggest takeaway is just practicing that shooting on the move. I think that's something that we can all say that we don't really practice enough. I have a few ideas of how to tackle that in the future and get stronger in that area of competition. Next, we're coming up here to the low light stage. This one was a little nuts. You can see 56 second raw, 74 final, only 16 points down. This is all one shot on each target. There are 18 targets. You are allowed to make up shots whenever you want, so I could have gone back and made up a few. But what was really messing me up on this stage was that I couldn't see where my shots were landing. I was putting my little fiber optic sight on center mass or on the head, or where I thought center mass was, where I thought the head was, and my sights were lined up, my sight picture was good, and then I'd pull the trigger, and then I'd move on to the next target and check my previous target very quickly, and couldn't see the hole, and that was really screwing me up until about halfway through the string. At that point, I could start to see that my shots were landing where I had wanted them to, and I think that helped. But I think just having that stress in the back of my mind of, am my shots going where I want them to go? And I just didn't have that confidence in myself to be able to keep going without thinking about it. So that for me is just going to come down to more practicing, having a little more faith in myself and my abilities. Here we come up to the infamous pressure box stage here. This is actually my 4th reshoot of this, which is why I went so fast on those first 3 targets. I had a lot of issues with the pressure plate. Actually almost got DQ'd on this stage for the muzzle line. These last couple targets right here is where I really got messed up. I think I clipped the non-thread on this one, and also when I reload to put my last couple on this target right here, I completely whiff and miss one of them. I just went way too fast on it. So I think I just need to slow down a little. I do the same thing on the next stage, and I think I'm just getting a little impatient. And I need to remember to take my time. Even though my speed is improving, which is good. Now, this last stage was awful. I think it's because we had actually finished the previous stage an hour before we were able to start this stage, and I was just getting impatient and wanted to get the match done so I could go home. I had things that I needed to do, and just having that distraction, I think, messed me up. Even just that time in between. It's like, with professional sports, calling that time out to ruin the momentum. I think this is a situation of that in IDPA, but of course it wasn't purposeful, And then I completely forgot to engage these targets, which was just stupid, and I went way too fast on those last couple shots again. Anyway, this was a really fun match. Definitely one of the best, or one of my favorites that I've shot in. I hope you guys have enjoyed this and come down and shoot sometime.